What's up, you guys? Claak here, out with another video, and today we're going to be talking about some patch notes that are effective on NA and EU. Just came out, I think, yesterday for NA and today for EU. But these patch notes for RESTO DRUID could probably make us potentially the best healer this season if everything stays the same, which I'm sure not everything's going to stay the same, but currently we could. Big chance. So as RESTO DRUID, this is a pretty big deal because we've kind of sucked a lot in the past. We sucked all last expansion pretty much. We sucked a decent chunk of this expansion. At the very start we were good, but you know, we kind of sucked overall. You didn't see a lot of RESTO DRUIDs. There was just a lot of better healers in pretty much every single comp. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go over the big changes. Now this might seem like a change that you might be like, what the freak, I don't care about this. But if you don't know, as a RESTO DRUID, if you run with spellcasters, that's probably one of your best comp, meaning those spellcasters are going to stand still, meaning Influence talent is actually going to be doing a lot. So if you run into that talent when you're playing with spellcasters and you're facing melee cleaves, pretty much, it doesn't work against spellcasters because spellcasters will be moving. This is specifically for melee teams. When they're training your DPS who happens to be a spellcaster and you run Influence talent, and it will actually do roughly around 15 to 20% of your healing overall if you run into that talent. So if you have, like, you know, 15 to 20% and you're going to increase that by 15%, which should add maybe an extra 3 to 4% overall healing, which is freaking huge. So this alone is already huge. I want to say this is game changer, but this is definitely huge as a RESTO DRUID playing with spellcasters. Now the next one is Life Balloon and Wild Growth cost reduced by 70%. This isn't like the biggest deal. This probably mainly affects Life Bloom. I highly recommend you never use Wild Growth, like, ever. It just costs too much mana. It's not worth. Just put a rejuve on your teammates and try to top them off that way. I wouldn't ever try to top someone off by using Wild Growth. It's just way too much mana. So it is decently okay to have this 7% less mana for Life Bloom. It's pretty okay. I think Life Bloom is actually one of our biggest mana users, right next to rejuve. So it's not bad. Now let's go ahead and get to the biggest changes. The biggest, like, again, this is freaking juicy, man. This is absolutely juicy. Let me show you guys. Let me show you. Okay, so here are the changes I was talking about. This is absolutely huge, absolutely mind-numbing that they gave us such a big buff, to be honest. All healing increased by 10% when engaged in combat with PvPers, so this is strictly a PvP buff. All these are actually PvP buffs, so this is very nice and huge for us. 10%, like, we're gonna get nerfed. I feel like we're gonna be so good that we're gonna get nerfed. So I have yet to play this patch, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to be. If you want to see my reaction to me playing around RESTO DRUID, make sure to check out my Twitch channel, www.twitch.tv/Claak, and, you know, go check me out. And if you have any questions for me there, I would love to answer them. And again, another pretty decent sized buff is to actually Life Bloom talent. This is huge. Focus Growth, which is a PvP talent, increases the healing of Life Bloom by 20%, was 15%. So it's going to be increased by a 5% additional on top of the 10% healing overall increase. And, like, at this point, I'm like, what the? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then again, on top of that, Focus Growth, again, the same PvP talent, reduces mana cost of Life Bloom by 20%, was 15%. So we're getting an extra 10% reduced mana cost, or not 10%, it's 5 plus 7, which is it's 12. So 12% reduced mana cost, which is absolutely huge. Again, I cannot believe these changes. These changes are so big. You should expect a nerf. I think we're going to be one of the strongest healers, if not the strongest, like, guaranteed. So expect the nerfs, but you're going to see a lot of people probably swap over to RESTO DRUID just because it's the strongest healer. That's how everyone does it. Whatever is meta, people play it. I mean, hell, I literally made a Mistweaver just so I can be in the meta because I was tired of playing RESTO DRUID. RESTO DRUID sucked, and this patch literally came out of nowhere, so I'm really happy because I can go back to my main finally, dude. Let's go. Now, the last talent, which I didn't even think it was a big deal, but again, it's a buff, and nonetheless, so I'm really happy about it. Overgrowth, PvP talent mana reduced by 25%, which is huge. I don't even know how much mana it costs now. I think it costs like around 5,000. So the fact that they did that is probably going to be like, you know, it's going to cost you like 3,000, like 800 or something like that. I think it's just a guesstimate. I could be wrong, but again, guys, these changes are absolutely huge. If you play RESTO DRUID, take advantage of your Druid and try to push rating this season with him. And again, it's spec nerfs, so you gotta get going, guys. Get that going, man. Get that rating. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very short and sweet. I just want to get this information out there because this is a pretty big deal. So again, it's back to nerf. I probably said that like 10 times, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Namaste, right? That's the thing, right? Namaste. That's the thing.